خير الغافرين
وأنت خير الغافرين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today I'm going to show you some more advanced patterns with maqam hijaz and some more usages of maqam hijaz, and we'll look at some recitations as well. So welcome back. If you are new here, this is the third part in a little video series where in part one we talked about what is a maqam and like more conceptually, what is a maqam, what is a tune, the idea of a tune in recitation. And in the second part of the video, we'll add the links in the description below. In the second part, I showed you this screen here where we looked at the pattern for maqam hijaz. So we saw hijaz has these sounds, right? It's the beginning part of hijaz. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah. What I want to show you now is a few more usages of hijaz. But if you find it beneficial, please do hit that like button. It helps this kind of content reach more people on YouTube that might be interested in this. And please do, share it with someone. Everyone sends it to one person, and bi'idhnillahi ta'ala that, with the permission and help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then it can reach more people and benefit more people. Okay? Now, I'm going to add one more sound here. And that's our 5. Okay, so I can say now, listen to this. If you've heard recitations in hijaz, you'll hear this and you'll recognize this sound. That here is a fluctuation. So 1 is my pointer. 1 4 3 4 3 4. Right? Or even just on this part of the maqam, not necessarily starting from the bottom. Ya ayyuhan nas. What I want you to understand from this little video series is obviously, like, the maqam is complicated, right? Maqam is beautiful and complex and there's so much to it, but it's also easy. It's also easy and it can be made easy. Depends how you approach it. When you understand it like this, then you can see that this sound that's like, students will come to me, and I've had people ask me this, how do you do this kind of like fluctuation, right? Or like shakiness in the voice. And it's this sort of thing, right? Where when you understand conceptually what's going on, you're just moving back and forth between two spaces or two sounds in that maqam. Here's another sound. If I say, okay, so beautiful, and it sounds like hijaz. That here we're adding the 5. 1 4 3 4 5 4 3 2 1. Or even if we go higher, and if you have listened to stuff in hijaz before, you'll recognize this. 1 4 3 4 5 6 5 4 3 2 1. Right? So hopefully you can see from this that there is so, like, all of this beauty in maqam hijaz actually comes down to kind of a simple framework, right? And you can now put names to these patterns and learn these patterns as independent patterns, and then you join them up. And this is, exactly what we do in our overnight Qari experience. That's our main maqamat program, our coaching program. This is the method that we teach with, right? And that's why, if you look around on my YouTube channel, you'll see other testimonials, students sharing their experience with the overnight Qari program, or their experience with my coaching programs and so on. And you'll hear them say this a lot, that like, this approach makes it easy to learn maqamat, right? Because you're not just listening to something and then trying to make sense of it in your head as you're trying to just repeat it, right? It's like you're making sense of it on paper. Conceptually, you can close your eyes and see this diagram and see the patterns that you're supposed to do. And then it's a matter of kind of like piecing them together. And yes, there's practice, and which we do in our overnight Qari experience. So if you're interested, I would love to have you join. I'll put the link is there in the description as well. Please do check it out. And if you've struggled to learn maqamat in the past, or you've tried to listen to different recitations and you can't really make sense of what's going on, this is where it's at. Because once you understand this, like you'll understand it. Okay. Last thing, long video, but the last thing I want to show you is a few examples from actual reciters. Okay, just so you can see that if you came across, you're like, what is this guy with his patterns on his whiteboard? I just want to show you. Okay, this is Shaykh Bandar Baleelah, Imam of the Haram in Mecca. We're gonna listen to the beginning of his recitation here. This is just an intro bit. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Okay, so just there, right off the bat. Okay, right off the bat. Alhamdulillahi. And he comes back down. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. And he's coming back down there. Okay, so just to show you that this framework will help you to even, make sense of recitations that you're hearing when you listen to recitations in hijaz, because now you have a conceptual way in your head of understanding what the reciter is doing. Another one by Shaykh Minshawi, rahimahullah. With some fluctuations in there, right? So there's some fluctuations in the reading, but conceptually, like it's following this framework. He is starting a little bit lower, right? Which I don't have explained here, but with a fluctuation at the end, which is a little bit more advanced. But I hope that helps. I hope that helps you to see how maqam hijaz can be like simplified into a simple structure. And when you understand that structure, it really does make it very, very... it's not going to be super, super easy for everyone, right? Everyone in their own journey. But it definitely makes it many, many, many times easier to make sense of what you're hearing and to understand what you're supposed to do if you're trying to recite with a maqam. I pray that helps. Again, if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button, and inshallah we'll have more videos coming your way soon, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And please do, like this video and share it with someone else who you think can benefit from it. And if you would like to go further with maqamat, if even just this sort of thing, maqam hijaz, and you'd like to put the practice in, then that's what you'll get in a program with me, our overnight Qari experience, where we'll go into these things, but go into it with detail, more practice, more examples, right? Practice audios, things for you to practice, and then more patterns as well. That's not all of maqam hijaz, and other maqamat as well. So take care. I pray that you found this beneficial. Please keep me and my family and this program recited to in your du'as. Barakallahu feekum. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.